Hey, it's Skyby from Vital MX. We're here at Anaheim 2. The rain keeps the guys off the track today for press day, but we did manage to get around and talk to Blake Baggett, Justin Bogle, Aaron Plessinger, Justin Barcia. Let's go check them out.
A report from Glendale to Anaheim 2. It was wet. It rained a lot, and I think a lot of people, some people searched around and went to other places to ride, but I think that the track's going to come out good. So I think it's going to be a fair weather track. I think that it's super early in the season, and the outcome is going to be unknown still. So just I think the track will be rutted. I think that's going to play into part and bring a whole different kind of animal to the table, because the first round was muddy, second round was really hard packed and dry and slick, and then I think this one will be gooey down in the bottom. The top of the obstacles will probably be dry, but the bottoms will be rutted and gooey, and it's a Triple Crown format, so 3 12s. Last weekend we pretty much did a heat race and then 2 12s, so it should be everybody should be kind of used to that, and we'll just do what we can, try to be there at the end of the day.
What'd you do for riding this week?
For riding this week, we didn't do much. I rode at Glendale last weekend, so we're just fresh. I think that it's a long season, and I don't think it's time to panic yet. Just be there and be in the hunt, and the goal is to just be there this weekend. The goal is to survive this one. It's only going to be round 3, so survive this one and be on the box somewhere. Of course, it would be ideal to get another win, but at the same time, a second or a third would be awesome. And with the 3-moto format, you never know how it's going to go. You can hit or miss on 2 of the motos, maybe all 3. It's 3 starts, and with the track conditions, it could be super rutted, it could be tough. This layout's a little different. It's kind of got some weird turns and weird angles and weird jumps from the track map. I haven't seen it actually physically built, but I think that could play into another kind of different obstacle, different challenge. Maybe corner speed will play into something. Maybe there'll be a big rhythm lane, but you never know what it's going to turn out to be like.
It was interesting talking with you last week. You weren't that excited about the race, it didn't seem like, but it looked like you were already thinking more long-term into the season. Was that a change, or has that been the goal all along?
I mean, the goal here behind every team is to be there at the end, to be there when it comes time to go to Vegas, and when somebody's going to get crowned. So that's the goal, and to just trying to, round 2, of course, it's ideal to get a win. Round 1 wasn't good, but to go and get a win and get that monkey off the back felt really good. But at the same time, you can't live in that moment too long. That moment's done and over with once they take the pictures and spray the champagne, and then you're moving on to the next weekend. So that's what we've been doing, is just planning for this weekend, and we'll know Saturday night if we planned good enough, or if we got to go to the drawing board again.
You don't get to enjoy them that long, do you?
No, with this kind of racing, it's just the ups and the downs are so quick that there's a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but you only have 6 days in between. So by the time your highs are short-lived, and your lows are short-lived as well. So that's what makes it pretty cool about this sport, is there's so many races, and they're just back to back to back to back, that we'll go 15 straight rounds without a weekend off, and we're not even through round 3 yet. So there's a lot to come still.
Well, good luck this weekend.
Thank you, guys.
What's up?
How about the lowdown so far on the 19 season?
I guess the lowdown on my season so far has been learning. You know what I'm saying? I guess if I could sum it up in one word, it's been learning. New bike, new team, new people, everything. So we weren't expecting to go racing, so we're taking it for what it is and understanding that's a process. So I'm having so much fun, though. I'm taking on the world with my best friends, and I have an incredible team with everyone over here at Rocky Mountain, ATV, MC, KTM. Such a blessing, man. It's such a blessing. We didn't know what my life was going to look like 3 weeks ago, and to be in a place like this, with a bike like this, with people like this, it's a beautiful thing.
Off-season had to be a little odd for you.
Off-season was the most. I've had some weird ones too, and this one was the weirdest. It was kind of just non-stop excitement, really. Things would happen, and we'd have to be like, well, here we go. We'll figure this out too, and just keep it moving. But luckily for me, the group of people I have around me are so incredible and strong that we all just kept each other focused on moving forward, getting through the difficult stuff, and just having each other's backs. And I had a lot of people that just really held me down through this whole process when they didn't have to, and that is something that I'm extremely grateful for.
How used to are you, or how comfortable are you on the bike?
I love the motorcycle. With the bike being so good, clearly KTM has these things figured out. With that, it makes it a lot more seamless and a lot easier, where still understanding I had 3 days on the bike before we went racing, and I hadn't hit whoops yet before practice at A1. So I wasn't riding much this off season because I didn't have bikes, and when I did, I was traveling and dealing with weather and parts issues and just stuff like that we were having to figure out. So coming in about as unprepared as you can get, but at the same time, myself and everyone here understands what this process looks like. We've all been through it, and I'm very confident in myself as well. So over time, I know, in due time, we'll get there.
We'll keep watching as you go along through the season?
Yeah, I mean, that's all I can do right now. I can't, if I want to come out and be great today, it doesn't matter what I want. That's not really what's going to happen, So just knowing I've been through this so many times, you cannot rush it, you can't, no matter how bad you want to. We all want it now, you know what I'm saying? I want it today if I could have it. That's just not how it works.
It was cool to watch you guys reviewing footage from last weekend and go over the little fine details.
Yeah, like we were talking, man, it's awesome having somebody like Burner. I'm up there with Burner and Forrest just watching film. Us and Frace, we're up there just kind of a few things, it's stuff's pretty obvious right now to pick apart what I'm seeing that I can be better at, but it's just nice to run back through it and remind yourself, because you kind of don't notice it when you're racing sometimes, or you forget or whatever. So it's nice to refresh, watch the footage. I have Robbie Raynard helping me with my riding during the week, so little things that I may not remember to do all the time that I need to be a little more cognizant of, and just a little more aware of myself while I'm riding.
You can get lazy with stuff, can't you?
Yeah, we all can get lazy, you know what I'm saying? I think human nature is to do whatever's easiest, at all times. So when you start getting tired and the brain starts to fade at the end of that main event, you can get a little sloppy sometimes. So we're working on that aspect of it as well. The training side of things is just going to take time. It's something, I guess, maturing and understanding patience. God's taught me patience over these last few years, I'll tell you that. Whether I've wanted to learn it or not, I've had to. So we got to be patient, man.
Well, thanks, man. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Triple Crown weekend and twice as many bikes there.
Yeah, we got a lot of bikes, as you can see, and I think it's a good thing that they did that, because the turnaround time is really tight. So it's good to have a spare bike just in case something happens. But yeah, Triple Crown's cool. It's exciting. 12-minute races. It's a lot of work, but we've done the preparation to be ready to do that.
How do you change up your prep or mental side for the 3-race deal?
For me, I'm just staying open-minded, and this week's been weird anyway with all the rain, so it wasn't like I changed anything too crazy or anything like that. But for me, I feel like I'm a pretty good starter. I'm a good sprinter. Just need to put all the puzzle pieces together, and I'll be just fine for these races.
When it comes to that third main, are you doing math in your head, or are you looking out for the pit board to see what they're telling you about where you're at?
Yeah, I'm more of a guy that just kind of goes in with like whatever, and I don't really think about that stuff. So definitely the pit boards always tells the story.
Well, when you're trying to figure out overall points.
Yeah, for me, overall points, I won't be able to mentally handle that. I just when I get on the gate, like all that stuff goes away, and I'm just thinking about racing for the positions out there. So yeah, my mechanic Sean will fill me in.
How about last weekend in Phoenix?
Difficult weekend in Phoenix for me. Track was had some big rhythms, and it was really slick, and I just didn't get super comfortable all day, and setting wise I wasn't comfortable as well. So I feel like we know what we needed to fix, and we did get better throughout the day, but never, when the field's so tight with speed wise and stuff like that, when you're a little bit off, it puts you in a position where you're not on the podium. So all in all, take the good with the bad, and I feel like we learned some stuff from that race bike wise, so which going forward should help. So it's not a bad thing. And and salvage decent points. Only 1 point out of first, which is in being a series, not too bad.
Looked like a little bumping and banging in the heat race.
Yeah, it's always something. It's always something for sure. I mean, to me, it wasn't really that big of a deal. TV made a really big deal out of. They're always looking for that story to make some excitement. So if they want to use me for that, that's okay.
Well, good luck this weekend.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Talk about the second week out there. How'd it go for you, and where you at?
Phoenix was pretty rough. I had a pretty big get off in practice, and then qualified 18th. But my riding in the main event, the second half of the main event was pretty good. I was pretty consistent and ended up 11th, but I was pretty happy with it considering everything that's went on. So I'm pretty stoked coming into this week, and we got a little bit of riding in this week. The rain was kind of hindering us a little bit, but I'm pumped for this Triple Crown and ready to get off the gate.
You don't get that sneak peek at the track today either.
No, yeah. I know it's probably going to be soft on the bottom and pretty dry up top. I know they probably use some lime in there, so it's probably going to dry out pretty quick. But I think it's going to be a lot like 2017 A2. So it's and I got second that year, so I'm pretty pumped on it.
When they drop the lime in there, does it dry your eyes out or your lungs too?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely not good for you to breathe that stuff in, but it's part of it, and it's what they got to do to keep the track together. But it's makes your lungs itch a little bit. You're definitely coughing the next day, and it's definitely different.
So what else did you learn this last week?
I learned that the start is pretty much everything, and definitely in this class, if you get a bad start and you run some bad laps, that's probably where you're going to stay for the whole main event. And it's definitely tough, but you got to get off the gate, and you got to run some really good laps and throw some really good intensity down the first few laps. So it's definitely tough. I could get a bad start and come through no problem in the 250 class, but this class it's a lot different. There's a lot more talent on the track.
Good luck out there, and we'll see you this weekend.
Thank you.